doesn't need no opera. Here for the operation. We don't need bigger knife. Yeah. 'Cause we got guns, we got guns, we got guns, we got guns, we got guns. You better run, you better run, you better run.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the stream this evening time, and it's going to be all with the Poland update. It was a little bit critical of the Poland update in my last video, let's just say. Anyhow, we're going to start with Moldavia. This one. That's no longer a vassal of, no longer a march, sorry, of Poland anymore. Starts independent. Just had a little read through of the stuffs and the things that was in the little box, and it sounds interesting. So we might get a few events. Might get a Dracula event as well, which would be weird and cool. Being guaranteed by Poland, but we'll see about that. We'll see about that. So, Moldavian ideas are plus 10% to morale of armies. That is quite nice. Improved relations plus 33%. Again, that's really good for bringing down aggressive expansion. Manpower recovery speed plus 10. Pretty good. Yield of prestige. That's just a filler. No, I've already talked at length about national ideas that are yield of prestige plus 1. They're a relic. They're a relic of an older EU4 where gathering prestige was a difficult process. It now no longer is a difficult process, and the game throws prestige at you at every turn. Land force limit modifier plus 25. They're quite a worry as the Moldova. Yearly legitimacy almost as useless as yearly prestige. Mission strength plus 2. Hostile cooperation on us, utterly worthless to anyone who's not playing multiplayer. Thanks, Paradox. These shouldn't even be a thing. Trade efficiency plus 10. Alright, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. The manpower recovery speed is nice. The land force limit modifier is nice. The trade efficiency is nice. These are really good. The improved relations and the morale of armies are good. The fort defense after everything is a little bit meh, but anything that adds to your fort defense, it's alright. When it gets to later into the games and you're sieging out tier 6, tier 8 forts, and it becomes a siege race between you and the enemy, obviously the AI is going to win all the time, because that's just how AI sieges go. As you fail on a 96 roll 3 times. But yeah, when it turns into a siege race, then you're more likely to win if you've got good siege bonuses to defense size. So, Voivode Stefan II Musat. What's our mission tree like? The Order of the Dragon. Not subject, no nation. One informant must be true. It's a rival of Ottomans. What do we get? Diplomat plus 1. Improved relations. Improved relations plus 25. Only for 20 years though. Permanent claim on the Bulgaria area, which is all of this. That's not bad. Impale the Sultan. Capital city, controlled by us. Permanent claim on Macedonia, Thrace. Gets a claim on all provinces in the Balkan region owned by the Ottomans. Gets a claim on the Balkan region. Interesting. It's not particularly hard to jump on a fight against the Ottomans that the Ottomans are already losing and maybe sneak onto a siege of his capital. Drive out the Turks. Gain 25 prestige, gain 100 military power. Moldavia gets a permanent claim on North Greece, permanent claim on Morea area. So kind of this, and this is Morea. Yeah, Morea, just there. So kind of here, kind of here. Not bad. Heir of Rome. Oh, there you go, it shows you. 100 admin power for 20 years tolerance of true faith and yearly legitimacy. So you've got quite a few claims that you can pick up for free, which is quite nice. I mean, it brings down the coring cost. Plus the diplo cost of taking a province other than the one that you actually went to war for. So that's quite nice. These are all the middle of the in block is generic. There's no shield down the middle line denoting that they're specific to Moldavia. Unite the Voivodes. All provinces in the Vlachia area owned by Moldavia. For 20 years we get state maintenance minus 25% and monthly autonomy change minus a tiny, oh, such a tiny amount. Hey Buckler. How are things? Found Bucharest. Gugui, a new province in the game, will become the new capital. One base tax, one base production, one base manpower, local dev cost minus 10% till the end of the game. Not bad. Permanent claim on northern Transylvania area, permanent claim on southern Transylvanian area. So we're starting to get claims on Hungary there. Conquer Transylvania. There we go. Moldavia gets consolidating at Transylvania for 20 years. Construction cost minus 20%. National unrest minus 2. Okay. Fortify Romania. 4 owned provinces. Fort level is at least 4. Just anywhere in your country. 4 forts at least level 4. What do you get? 20 years worth of attrition for enemies plus 1. Fort defense plus 25%. Alright. Does it lead on to anything good? What is this? Alright, so as long as you've got a person in every single seat with a skill of at least 2. Absolutism needs to be at least 50. Number of loans less than 1, corruption less than 2. Yeah. Fairly easy to do then. Gain a skill 3 Diplo Rep, Statesman, Romanian Heritage. Advisor 50% cheaper for your country to employ. Once 20 years you get advisor cost minus 20%. Well, it's not brilliant. Let's just say that. I would conform the Romanian nation. Yeah, going down your mission trees would net you the Romanian stuffs. Oh, Byzantium needs to not exist, but that usually happens. Oi, 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 oi! What's up? Oi, silly. Oi, dickhead. Yeah, you. Pack it in. Oh. Killing Chinese, sending stacks and package for the graveyard. That's alright, killing people at a rate of 3 to 1. And so we'll go a few years as Moldavia. We'll evaluate the early game with them. We'll see what the event is, because Poland gets an event that they can grab Moldavia as a march. So it'll be interesting to see what that event pops up. But in the meantime, I will probably be wanting to expand myself if I can. I'll build a note with her. In fact, does that mission give us permanent claim on the Bulgaria area? I don't think that includes Wallachia. No, it's just that. So we're not going to be able to rival the Ottomans and pick up a claim immediately on Wallachia and attack into him day 1, week 1 before he can amass allies. Oh, that's unfortunate. What do? We've got discipline. Not bad. Well, we're doing it the old-fashioned way, aren't we? We'll have to grab the fabrication. Our collecting in Crimea. Yep, that makes sense. Let's have you. Oh, nope. Nope, can't do that. Don't have any power here. We might as well put one of our merchants then. Just collecting from trade here. We'll have a merchant here. I'm not going to collect. Should I collect? No. I just want a merchant here just to do this. Span out construction plus 25%. And on we go. Span out construction on Wallachia. There we go. I'll allow that to happen just that little bit quicker. Thank you very much. Until we wait. Got some disputed successions. Is there anybody out there that would be my friend? Like my proper friend. Not just guarantee me. But actually proper friend. Theodore no, not really. No. We're far too close to the Ottomans for anyone to be like, yeah, you look like a good friend to have. Alright, Poland. Let's improve relations with you. Improve relations plus 33%. That should happen fairly quickly. We're making money. Yeah, we could. We could. Alright, on we go. We'll have our trade ships out protecting trade in Crimea. What is up with you? Oi. Yeah, I know. Life's hard. Tolerated heretics. Of course, Poland is Catholic and we are Orthodox. Might be able to get that. Might be able to get the royal marriage and it might catapult us into an alliance. Oh, Something suddenly startles an animal, the animal... Something suddenly startles the animal and, comma, before you have time to fire, comma, it is long gone. Now let's take out the horrific use of commas there. Before you have time to fire. Before I have time to fire what? Before I have time to fire my bardiche. Is that on my sword? Or by the looks of this pitchfork. I don't know. Poorly trained infantry, poorly armed. I don't think I'm firing anything in this age. Not that much. No, I don't think I want this. It was probably scripted in order to allow the player to avoid the whole getting turned into a march event. But I'm going to say no. Because we don't have an air right now. I got to grab Poland. Come on, Poland. I know you've not got an air yourself, but yeah, we could work something out. Total mission tree is nice. Yeah, I did look into the Golden Horde thing. Did a little bit with console, turned them into the Mongol Empire, but it wasn't. It didn't shout anything at me. It didn't seem that interesting. Not something that I'd rush to. It's not like they have anything that I won't say worthwhile. They don't have anything that screams, this is going to be really fun, you should go for it. Here it is. Nope, stop. Good evening, milady. What? No. Poland makes us a march. And we get a 461. Or we can get a 623. And we become a March of Hungary. .6% of rebels rose up in Belad. Moldavia's opinion of Poland. Our opinion of you, not your opinion of me. Ah, damn it. If we'd have only got there a little bit sooner. Could we have employed an improved relations dude? Yeah, we could, but it wouldn't have been worth it. How close are we? That's close enough to get roll marriage. Diplo rep gives you 5 reasons. Ta-da! Oh, you come back. We'll grab that roll marriage. We'll piss off Poland. We'll... 340. No. We'll still go airless. We'll grab 1 mercenary there. I'll turn you into a dude. Not bad. And I will meet them in Berlad? No, we won't. Why meet them in Berlad? In defensive terrain? No defensive terrain. But if they're firing Berlad, they're going to move on to our capital. They may, yeah, we might as well just stay here, wait for them. They might get river crossing. Yeah, I'll wait for that. Pretenders don't do anything to you. Don't do anything to your country. If they take the province. Grab that roll marriage. Excellent. Now if you piss you off, then it's not gonna... yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Honest, it'll be fine. We can crush them ourselves. Damn right we can crush them ourselves. We can continue to improve relations with the Poland. And maybe another merc just to make sure. And maybe the discipline advisor. We'll see how the fight starts. If it's going terribly, then we can always we can pick up the discipline advisor. Pretender rebels. Now, pretender rebels, they usually make a beeline for your capital. But if he wants to go and sit on Bessarabia, that's fine. We can come in from whatever direction we want. Yep, take him out whilst he's on the fault. I will keep the Diplo rep around until we've secured. We might not be able to get that now. No, get rid. We've secured the roll marriage. How do you get on? Oh, you have much more morale than me. Lots more. Let's try and even it out a little bit. We do have 3 shock to their 1, but still it doesn't look brilliant. We're only just level on discipline with them now. Wait, what? They didn't have 105 discipline before. Now, I know the rebels take your military tech, etc., etc. But do they take your advisors as well? If so, that's a bit of a kick in the balls. Riddles isn't bad. Let's get you kicked as soon as we can. We don't need to be paying for our troops anymore. Beyond our control. Rebels get all bonuses except discipline. Well, that was weird because they had 100 discipline before, and then I recruited the discipline advisor, and suddenly they got 105 discipline. So that might have changed. but no in debt. And that is our claim upon you. Do you have any allies? Guaranteed by the Ottomans. Oh, Ottomans, you fools. Improving Poland's opinion of them. Damn it. You're hostile, but he's not going to ever allow me access. That's not going to be a thing. I'll be ready as well. Yeah, stupid Turks. Actually, that might be the Knights. What religion are we? Orthodox. Yeah. Oh, that could have been the Knights then. The Knights have the ability to raid. I think they might be able to get here. Patriarch Authority. Go. Yep, go on then. Oh, we might struggle together. So you're going from Byzantium. I doubt that's ever going to leave Wallachia open for us, is it? Depends how much poop they get into. They might do. You never know. Let's at least get a claim for the just in case. Okay, recall from Poland. I don't think we're getting there, are we? Who else might possibly? Bohemian Austria. Ottomans. Let's have Wallachia. And Serbia, why not? No, come back from them. Let's go somewhere else. Hungary, still hungry. Let's just improve relations with you. We might be able to get that. Can already get the royal marriage. Is it going to be worth it? Yep. Okay, so we'll grab the royal marriage. Excellent. How close are we now? It's not far actually. That's not far at all. Continue to improve relations with Poland, even though we've got a mouth full of all the relations. We'll marry them to keep Norway back. Relations maxed out up +2. Brazilian modifier. What's all with Ming? He was spamming me with overpriced condottieri. Oh, relations with the Ottomans. It makes me feel dirty. Okay, no recall. Recall from Poland. I don't think that's going to be a thing, is it? No, we're miles away. Suppose my network in the Ottomans. I think this is more likely. Army strength and neutral attitude. Our navy strength is apparently a thing. And not the same religion. I wonder. Muscovy. How far away are we? Neutral attitude, too many diplomatic relations, distance between borders, yep. That might be a long-term ally. Maybe. We'll see. Diplo power. Hungary's opinion of us changed by +50. Ooh. That will help. That will help considerably. Considerably, I tell you. Come on, a couple more takes. Please. One more. Could probably pick up that Diplo Advisor and grab it right now, but it's money, isn't it? Don't be spending money. Why? That wasn't a tick. I made sure that I pulled him. I made sure that I pulled him back at the at a tick. Let him stay at home. Yeah, let him stay at home. A little bit more defensiveness for Basarabia. Even if we pull the fort down, it'll retain the defensive modifier. All right. Pull you back now. You should have enough time to get back to me in order for us to send this. Grab that alliance. Perfect. Oh, what have we done? Order of Le Dragon. Any ally. Any ally is a rival of the Ottomans. Done. Permanent claim on the Bulgaria region, which is already kind of this area. Okay, you come back from the Ottomans, not the Ottomans, Hungary. Oh, Serbia will come in. Ooh, Ottomans will come in. What about an outright war into the Ottomans? That's an interesting dilemma. If he attacks into Albania, then that brings in Venice. And possibly... Nope. That brings in Venice. So there's quite a few troops there. We then attack again from the other side. Serbia, Byzantium. How many's on here? 15,000. Probably well, you can't get past the done here, I don't think. Might be able to. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait. Have to wait on this. 343 isn't bad. I've had better things though. How many points are we making? A 5, 6 and a 5. We do have tech cost minus 5%, which will come in handy. And now we just have to time this well. It may even be after the fight's over with Byzantium. It might be his second war that we jump on all over. It's a relation with Poland as well. Who do you have as rivals? Marmadukes. No way. It's been quite a few patches now, quite a few updates, where even if the Mamluks rival the Ottomans, if you're a Christian nation, there's no way you're getting an alliance with the Mamluks. I don't care what you say. Maintain with Poland for the moment. Oh, of course we've got a load of claims over here. So the first one will be 20, 25, 30, etc, etc, etc. So we're going to need a lot of spy network. I'll just keep it stacking up. Or not. Fine. Come on. It's as if the game knew what it was doing. That's a long way away. Right, let's friendly with them. Yeah, there's not much I can do there. We'll continue with the improved relations with them. See if we can get anything out of it. Lithuania, did you... No. Poland went with a local noble. Oh, and he hates us. Oh, he hates our guts. Why? Oh, it's a rival. Oh, it's Hungary. Oh, fair enough. Still, Let's improve relations with you. I don't really want you. I don't think you could announce me as your rival, but I'm still not a fan of that. Quarantine the port and let them die. Yep. Of course we can absorb the cost of that with our tiny nation. I think that's the last of Byzantine though. Yeah, not long now. Oh, okay. I don't care about his opinion of me. Who you allied with? Allied with Poland, allied with Novgorod. That's going to be an interesting one for Muscovy to get across. Or to get around. Come on, Ottomans, now you're just playing Wii food. If Poland had picked up the Ottomans as a rival, we might have been able to pick up something there. I are threatened by the Ottomans. You hate the Ottomans. Reasons for an alliance. Moldavia is threatened by the Ottomans plus 20. It's still not going to really work, is it? Not with the Marmadukes either. Let's pay that loan back. Alright, I know he's at war with Serbia as well, but still. Go on. How many money are you losing to this? I still got plenty. Yeah, I still got plenty. What? Oh, Austria got the majority of it. Well done, Austria. All you need now is a personal union over Hungary, and you might be able to keep the kebab out of Europe. Good stuff. Alright, so the Ottomans took these two provinces as well, Kosovo and Niš, or Nis. Can I form a coalition against? No. What's your aggressive expansion? Aggressive expansion or 54 or 41, 53. Really? Really though. But really though. There's no way I'm getting access through the Ottomans. I wouldn't have minded. No CB war into Byzantium though. Take out what was left, vassalize him. But we've got bigger frying fish. What's naval supplies? Let's go for. Now 2 mercantilism is nice, fair enough, but the 60 mercantilism. The 2 mercantilism is nice, but the 60 diplo, you can do with the 60 diplo whatever you want. So even though the 2 mercantilism is worth pretty much 200 diplo points worth, if you consider clicking this button twice to get 2 mercantilism at 100 diplo points each. But this is money in your pocket that you can spend on whatever you want. So I'm going to go with that. Plus it improves their relation and it allows us to take Diplotech a little bit early, which gives us a bit of a discount before Renaissance hits. Declining in power of the boyars. Okay, fair enough. Prussian Confederation seeks Polish support. I'm going to have to start a game as a Teutonic Order as well and see how messed up that start is now. It's going to be interesting to see. Royal marriage? No. Hostile attitude. The moment that flips from hostile, we get royal marriage. It shouldn't be too far. They will flip. Might want more provinces, but it'll flip. Honest. It'll flip. As for you, no, we're miles away. I just need this positive opinion. If it's positive opinion, and it looks like it's getting that way, it'll flip from hostile. Immediately 1,000 gets knocked off these reasons. We're in the positives. Grab Royal Marriage. Royal Marriage into a alliance because he is Orthodox, I am Orthodox. He's more likely to be my ally. Come on, just flip. Positive opinion of me now. How can you have a positive opinion and yet view me with open hostility? Diplomacy with a hostile nation is almost always futile. Indeed. Indeed. But it shouldn't be because he's at +9. Come on. Lithuania, be a bro. I do have Cossack raids that are coming down. But at the same time, Pleased is coming down as well. Oh, hello. We're dead. That was quick. So we got 1 tick worth out of that -5 to tech cost. Brilliant. Oh, and who are you fighting? No one. And there's a Renaissance. Still guaranteeing Wallachia, I see. Now the Ottomans will attack into Albania. Albania should still have his Skanderberg. Venice will come in. I think that's the point where we should probably declare into him. Ugh, that Royal Marriage dropped off, didn't it? Oh, excellent. Just to the point where he had no legal heir. Come on, Lithuania, it's +10. Flip away from hostile, I beg you. There's no way I'm getting that up to +50. Who have you got? Nitran Separatists. That's a lot of Nitran Separatists. What have you got? Kievian Separatists. I don't mind Kiev popping out. Could attack into a Kiev. I doubt they will though. Lithuania's got quite a few troops. Although he also has quite a few rebellions. He might have already bled it through quite a few troops. Yep. He might not be able to put that down. And he doesn't have Poland to come and help him out. We might have Kiev pop out. Oh, excellent. Just what we needed. And we're immediately dead. Immediately dead. Gone. Dead. Well, let's turn on the defensive edict. And build some more troops, shall we? So what the numbers look like. Fairly even. A cracking effort by the Ottomans to squish our stack really, really early. But we should be able to rebuild them behind the cover of Bessarabia. You fucking what? The siege lasted 41 days before the garrison finally succumbed. Fair enough. It only got 1 tick of garrison, but it should have lasted a little bit longer than 41 days, I believe. That's a bit stupid. That's right. Can we get them time to help? We can't, we did. The win's a win, I suppose. And now we need to go. Can we go? I don't think we can go. But if we're holding them up here... Ugh, I don't know. Oh, morale advisor. I mean, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do much against that. That we can get away. Nope. Might be able to keep this fight going long enough to get away, though. Can we? Nope. Wipe of everybody, because the Ottomans early game operate with a sneaky extra pip to their infantry that you'll not find. Unless you delve deep into them. Oh, fuck off. Oh, Crimea. Right, we have to get away. Nice tall stack there. Let's try and get someone away, at least a unit. I can't grant generalship because I'll end. I can. You any good? No. 3 shock pips is alright, I suppose. But the Ottomans start with a 444. Hungary starts with a 555. I think you start with a 555. No, so it's 555, 444. Ottomans start with 333. Because the Ottomans are weak and they need to start with strong generals, apparently. I don't know. I don't know. Oh no. Yeah. Units that aren't Ottomans. They're so weak at the beginning. Fire 0-0, shock 0-0. Fire 0-0, shock 1 of 0. That's your extra pip. That's what does the damage for the Ottomans early game. That's why early fights into the Ottomans, they have to be about weight of numbers. And if you can't bring weight of numbers to the field, you're not going to win against the Ottomans. You're not going to be able to out morale or out discipline the Ottomans early game. Or it's very rare. But siege of his capital is nice. .5 to 105. It's just early game Ottomans, huh? Early game Ottomans. They're scary, especially if they group up like this. Crimea. I might be able to get Crimea out. Fine, a merc. Just anything. Just something that we can pop out to do a job over here. Like, sit on down provinces and take them instead of flapping around. I don't even know what flapping is, but it's a word that I've just made up. And flapping is what the AI do all the time. When they're not actually doing anything constructive. When they're over here and they're walking from one province to another province and then back to another province and back, that is the act of flapping. I would like to be credited with the invention of that phrase or that terminology. Already into positive on his capital, of course he is. With the breach walls. With what? How long does it take? 27 days. Every siege tick is 27 days. That, ladies and gentlemen, is ridiculous. Even if he has got this. Guns of a ban. Almost siege ability minus 7.9. Almost spy network in Moldavia minus 2.8. It's nowhere near enough to give a 27-day siege tick. It shouldn't be anyway. So, that was Moldavia. My tips on the start of Moldavia, just don't bother. It's not a fun start. It's not enjoyable. I'm not having fun. Can we get a Crimea out? No. No. Oh, and Hungary's been pieced out. Excellent. So, Moldavia. Chuck it in the sea. Don't bother with it. The missions aren't good enough to prompt me into grinding game after game after game after game with Moldavia for a game where you don't instantly get attacked by the Ottomans. These aren't good enough for me wanting that. Next. I mean, when they said that they updated the mission trees, and there was a bit of flavour about them, and everyone was to be excited about small countries around the Ottomans. I must admit, I got a little bit carried away. I was like, well, I wonder what they've done. I wonder if they're really good. They're not. They're not. We'll have a look at Wallachia as well. Apparently they've got they've had a bit of flavour. I mean, Moldavia got a few more provinces. Wallachia got another 2 provinces. It used to be 3 province minor, quite big provinces, but now it's 5. Brilliant country to turn into a march if you can. I don't care anymore. Brilliant country to turn into a march if you can. It has a plus 5% discipline from its national ideas. Therefore, you turn it into march and you enable send officers. You have a march with plus 10% discipline and plus 20% morale. Can be very good. This, however, is ridiculous. Why do I have a capital and yet my fort is here? That makes no sense. Game, please. Paradox, please. Anyone know the reason for this? Someone must know the reason for this. I do not. So for lacking ideas, plus 5% to discipline, plus 50% core creation cost on us, which is utterly worthless, utterly useless outside a multiplayer game. Manpower recovery speed. The AI just doesn't take it into consideration at all. I don't think hostile core creation cost, I don't think it should be part of national ideas. Fair enough, have it part of Berber traditions as part of the actual province for increased scoring cost. I think you have a little bit of in Italy as well. Increased scoring costs in Italy, is it? Some provinces. Could have sworn I'd come across it in Italy as well. Playing as Milan earlier on, but not as part of country setups. I see it and it makes me mad immediately. Diplo rep, pretty good. Provincial trade power modified plus 20%. That's a big number. That's pretty good. Merc maintenance. You do want to grab your mercs early, so it's less of a burden on your economy. If there's 15% off the cost, you want to grab them early so that you can. If we grab mercenaries now, it's obviously not going to affect our army professionalism because we don't have any. So, best to grab them early and keep them throughout. Never disband them. Advisor cost minus 10%. It saves you money. And it's money being used to generate more monarch points. Yeah, it's alright, it's acceptable. Under shot plus 1. It's useful. It's useful, but they could have put better things there. Legitimacy, a little bit like Land Leader Shock. It's useful when you need it, but when you don't, it's dormant. National Manpower modified plus 20%. They're not bad, actually. This is crap. This is a bit meh. This is a bit meh. But the rest, not bad. Not bad at all. Can still form a Romanian nation. And ideas. We've got exactly the same ideas. Yep. Exactly the same ideas as Moldavia. Well done, Paradox. Well done. It's almost as if somebody worked on a quite a dismal mission tree for Moldavia, but the person for Wallachia was off school on that day, and then the person that was meant to be doing Wallachia came into work and was like, "Can I copy your work, Mr. Moldavia?" Person who's worked on Moldavia, and Moldavia was like, you know, he's good friends with Mr. Wallachia because he works on the opposite desk to him, and they see each other quite a lot of the time, and it's good to keep up good relations with the people that you work with. So Moldavia was yeah, you can copy my work, but change a few things so it doesn't look like you've copied my work. Wallachia obviously didn't hear the bit about changing bits and pieces, did he? It's exactly the same. I'm actually a little bit sad. I'm actually a little bit sad. And it annoys me that I'm getting sad about a fucking game. Because it doesn't mean anything. In the grand scheme of things, the grand scheme of life, it means nothing. But I'm sad because it shouldn't be like this. This person having exactly the same ideas as this person. Yes, they might share a culture. Yes, they might share a geographic location, etc., etc. But if you bring a mission system and you're using your mission system as a tool to push more DLCs out at a quicker rate, at least make them different. If I'd have knew this before I made my what the fuck paradox, then that video would have been a little bit longer, because I would have highlighted that monstrosity. That's stupid. That is just stupid. Alright. So, we like you, but you don't like us. Who would? What religion are we? Orthodox. Who would actually go for the alliance if we could get them close enough? Oh, we're scraping the barrel again. Poland at a push. Poland at a push. He's the most likely to. We might be able to improve relations. Enough, maybe. And you... Oh, roll marriage immediately. Then improve relations, possibly, maybe. It's... maybe not. I don't know. It's gonna be close. And all this has to be done under the watchful eye of the stupid auto-dubs. I've got to keep my arms up. No, they're not going to be useful, are they? At least they can't get to us straight away. We can at least get off into Hungarian land. Perhaps, maybe. If we can get access. We probably should, we should be able to. And you're steering. Let's have the other one collecting. Or in a similar position to when we were in with Moldavia. So similar, in fact, that our missions are exactly the same. Who knew? Who knew? What have we got? Foreign spy detection, yearly armor tradition decay. Oh, you're terrible, so is your son. Let's turn you both into dudes. Oh, your son's alright. 4-4's nice. I mean, the 4-5 pips, they're useless, but 4 shock is alright. Yeah. Hostile cooperation. Such a gimmick. Oh, you picked a rival as Hungary. Never going to be able to get Austria because he immediately fills his face with all the relations that he can. Drigelian. Good. Good. Oh, of course you start guaranteed by Poland. And then you get an event to become a march. I mean, if this guy wasn't guaranteed by Poland, then it might be an avenue of attack for immediate rapid expansion of at least doubling our size. As it is, we're stuck between somebody who has Poland that will back them up, a Hungary that we're trying to be friendly with, and an Ottoman that's going to come and smash our teeth in at any point. Why not? And I've still got to try out Truth on a Coda. Oh, I can already tell. I can already feel it in my waters that I'm going to get really mad at playing Truth on a Coda. I don't mind them adding more provinces, not really. In the grand scheme of things, it's quite low down the thing to be annoyed at with Paradox. For me, there are more pressing matters There are matters that should be addressed before adding provinces. There are matters that should be addressed before adding synthetics. Submit to Rome's rule. Alright, so you're now an actual march of Poland. Excellent. Alright, call from Hungary. Is that enough? It is not. Hostile. Excellent. So yeah, let's start with Moldavia, let's start with Wallachia. It's going to be restart, 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 restart until you get a favourable start where people will be allies, where people will not immediately want your stuff. I mean, at least with Moldavia you can think a little bit out of the box and you can no CB into somebody that you've got a fleet, you can go somewhere. With Wallachia, you're really relying on somebody around you to be a friend. And having a hostile Hungary at plus 53, just because they've suddenly last month decided that they desire all my provinces, is not how you you get ahead as Wallachia. Alright. From one turgid game to the next. From one set of missions to exactly the same set of missions. Let's go to the Teutonic Order, shall we? Recovered my composure. It's getting sorely tested. Last night when we were playing as predominantly Lithuania, well, predominantly as Poland, and having a look at the Lithuanian ideas as well, the mission tree as well, it was kind of like, you know, Kid at Christmas, where he's unwrapping all the presents and it looks like a lot. It was always a weird thing at Christmas. Your presents always looked like a bigger stack when they had paper on them. As soon as you ripped all that paper off, sort of, and you're looking at your stack of presents. I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything, but when you ripped all your paper off and you'd had your Christmas morning where everyone's opening presents in the pajamas because no one's civil enough to actually put clothes on Christmas Day because we're all heathens. And then in the afternoon, whilst you're watching, I don't know, fucking Snowman or something, you look across to your pile of presents, you're like, not that much when I look at them. Not when I see it all stacked up like that. Not that much. I don't know where the analogy was going there, but it's a little bit like that. I was kind of glassy-eyed and, oh yeah, it's the Poland update and stuff, and there's some good things, but then we've gone through a Moldavia start and looked at his missions and they're crap, and then we've gone to a Wallachia start and Mr. Wallachia person copied Mr. Moldavia's homework and forgot to change enough to make it different, so they're exactly the same missions as Moldavia. That makes me sad. Who playtested this and thought that that was acceptable? That was an acceptable reflection on Paradox as a game studio. I think I mentioned it in the comments. They need external playtesters. They need external playtesters that will put this game through the rigors that that their players will put the game through. More experienced players than me, and that will find what is wrong with it, and that will have the not the balls. Will not have anything to risk by sticking their head above the parapet and saying this is wrong. Because I imagine if you work at Paradox, if you work on EU4, and you work and you're part of quite a tight-knit group or tight-knit team that's working on this, I imagine the difficult times, etc., etc. Everyone's pulling together. Nobody wants to be that guy that, or girl, who sticks their hand up in a meeting and says, actually, the decision to not allow religious conversions in territories is a crap idea because of X, Y, and Z. Because one, you're singling yourself out. Two, you're probably putting your job at risk. And if you're not, if they are that libertarian that they will take your comments at face value and not hold it against you, it's still a decision that someone has to go through in their mind. Do I stick my hand up? What am I going to risk in putting my hand up and saying, this is shit, we need to change it? We're going to get massive backlash from this. We're going to have to put out another update within 26 days just to cover this crap. I don't know. Take me back. I'm sorry, I can't read your name. It's like when people have Cyrillic in the name. I can't read that either. So, unfortunately, yeah. Anyway, Teutonic Order. Let's play as then, because they got fucked over in this update. We'll play as them. I'm sure I'll be reloading that save another day and thinking, what the hell? What was I doing? Right, so in this update, the Teutonic Order gets secretly bumfucked by the Danzig. Oh, brilliant. Oh dear. So you made the Teutonic Orders. I mean, fair enough. I can imagine an entire new update that's like the Holy Order update, which includes like the Papacy and the Teutonic Order and the Livonian Order and maybe the Archbishoprics, and it was going to give them their own mission trees. But they fucked over the Teutonic Order without actually giving them anything to temper it. I feel sad for them. But there's a point where Danzig pops out of us and you have to put them down really, really quickly, otherwise Poland comes in. So let's try and counter it immediately. Pop-up game this morning. Just went to use the co-workers, came into my office with their sky's falling, the world is ending problem. Ping your pop answers with, oh fucking paradox. Yeah. Well, for a lot of my life, I just kind of, I'd grin and bear it and be like, oh, it's just this shit happened. But as I've grown older, I've worked out that you need to vent. And if you don't vent, it just ends up eating you up inside. So, I can now vent without risk of retribution, really, because I'm venting on the video, so no one can tell me to shut up. Anyway, how do you prevent the whole Danzig thing? Well, from what I've heard, you need to take all of this off the merchants, but we can only do it next year. So that's going to be fun. Any in Teutonic Order, what do we go for? We're full of the devotions. Lithuania, how do you view us? Kagero Magic as a holy order. Oh, of course, Poland's our rival. Merchant Son for ducats, Theologian for devotion, Preacher for devotion, Papal influence. Go for merchants. Yes. No. Yes. We're going to be wanting to take land off the burghers, so if we can inflate their loyalty, then as we're taking land off the burghers, it might allow us one extra province to take off without actually having to fight rebels. And we make him into a dude immediately. And you as well. Because we don't really care if they die off. Can we get a dude from you as well? Yep. Any good? Yeah, no. No, not really. Prussian Confederation, here we go. 12 armies plus 5%. Good. Burghers estate loses 20 loyalty, Burgher estate gains 20 influence. That is not good. Alliance from Bohemia, yes. Can't roll marriage going. Nope. Alliance from Livonian Order, yes. Just to keep ourselves safe. Just while this Danzig thing blows over. Might as well send you all out protecting trade in the Baltic. I want my whole fleet up as well. Because when Danzig pops, I want to be able to blockade him as well. I want to be able to do as much damage to, in fact, take out down Tunja. It's one of the provinces that flip, I'm fairly certain of it. Koenigsberg not so much, we can bring you down. Ustrud, we can bring you down as well, I'm fairly certain of that. Are we making money? We are. What do we have access to? Discipline and morale if we need. Morale is going to be expensive. And we can get an extra 5% morale just there. Oh, that was on our air. Okay, now it's time to start taking away some of this land off the burghers. No, it's not. Until 11th of November. Apparently, if none of your land belongs to the burghers, the Danzig thing will never pop. But I don't know. Reformer from Kazan into Golden Horde. Sustain Horde. Cancels Ming's Horde Disaster. What? So the act of flipping from Reforming from Kazan into Golden Horde. So Golden Horde before the reforms. So you flip from one horde to another horde. And that cancels the Horde Disaster because it's recalculating it and starting the Horde Disaster again from scratch. Again, somebody should have been playtesting that. Just have to wait another truce plus 10 years to trigger. Yeah, it's the basic thing that should have been playtested. Someone should have been testing that out. It's like, well, what is this going to affect? What is this update going to affect? Right. Draw. Oh, what's it called? A thingy diagram where you identify all the knock-on effects that it could have, and then you have someone going through every single effect and seeing if anything alters. Alright, November. There we go. Go on. I'm going to take some land off them. Yeah, no, but it's only particularists. You're going to get dragged onto us here anyway. Do we attack him into him? Might as well. We're only particularists. Particularists don't fight particularly well. Now I want the burgers to have Danzig. I think if it now pops, the Danzig event, it will just be the Danzig province. Fairly certain of that. Which is why I don't want to give the burgers memo on Koenigsberg, which I probably should. Also, can I make you a little bit happier? Crown Monopoly Charters does a little bit. Sport of Clergy for National Tax Modifier. We'll have to live off that for a little bit. There we go. Alright, build to force limit. Excellent. Here we go. We'll use the ducats. The fate of Newmark. Cede Newmark to Brandenburg. Gain 100 ducats. No, you're not having Newmark. Remains ours. Really? The AI gets an event to sell Newmark? That's a bit silly. Also Austria. With enough relations, you can get into the Hedjari. You can't move your capital into the Hedjari either. National Rest Mission Strength versus Heretics or 10 Devotion. I'll grab that Devotion. Danzig is best and most valued province. Yep, it is. I mean, if the event pops, then Danzig has to call Poland in. If we can already stomp their army and get on them and blockade them, then we're going to have racked up enough war score. They just can't drag Poland in. So I'm going to risk that because I do want the merchants having this province because we're going to benefit from the trade power. He plays Brandenburg. Yeah, I remember getting the event as Brandenburg. Purchasing Newmark for 100 ducats, thinking that it was a steal. France, Ottomans and Savoy. Who can we choose? None of those. Excellent. Who's chosen us? Denmark, Hungary and Poland. Why not? Denmark, Poland, and I might pick Pomerania actually. They're closer to us. We'll keep that open for a while. Just want to see the event that pops Danzig. Lose one stability? No. Oh well. More money? We're not exactly screaming out for money. 5 devotion? Papal protege. Let's go with Papal protege. 225 is terrible. Let's improve relations with the papal man and turn him into a general. He might die off. Ooh, that's alright. Either of them might die off, and we get to choose more bits and pieces. Ugh. Are we going to be able to drill? How much is that going to cost? Yeah, we can. Why do we start with such high army professionalism? There are a few countries that start with quite high professionalism. The Ottomans start something like 15. Also, the Danzigians are taking the time. Maybe we've already counted it in some sort of way. Maybe the burghers not having enough provinces is enough. I should have sold those. But again, I'm only going the first few years trying to figure out a feel. What's their general is Maya? Henrik von Ho something or other. Ho is Ho. This person. He turned out alright. Might be able to defeat the mighty Danzigians with him. Designated Moldavia is now a vassal again. So Poland has spent a stability on Moldavia, turning him from a march into a vassal. Good idea. Hohozolorn. Is he actually a Hohozolorn? It is. Yeah. So the Brandenburg lot. I have a feeling that Danzig should have fired by now. Oh, here it is. Curtail the Prussian Confederation. Gain 10 prestige, so I've got to get curtailed Prussian Confederation, national unrest. -1. What do we need? Stability at least 2. Burger's influence is lower than 50. Loyalty is 60 or greater. Influence lower than 50. Loyalty is 60 or greater. So yeah, I need to take Danzig off them. That's alright, they'll get dragged onto the capital and I'll squish him there. Okay, you 3. Protect trade in the Baltic Sea, where you go. Right, so I just need the lotus to come back up now. Influence is lower than 50. Loyalty is 60 or greater. Now their influence is high because of granted monopoly charters. And burgher authority asserted. Oh, and Prussian Confederation as well. And now we just need, we need this to come up. But this is abnormally high because of the Prussian Confederation. How much of this have we got? 20% isn't bad. 28% isn't bad at all. What ideas do we have to start with? Cav compatibility and discipline, excellent. Institution spread when we have gained all Teutonic ideas. Average cost minus 10%, Cav cost minus 10%. Oh, sorry. Manpower recovery speed is pretty good. Average compatibility is pretty good. Missionary strength and yearly papal influence is okay. Fort defense, I quite like fort defense when I see it in ideas. Missionaries +1 and tolerance of true faith +1. I mean, it is very much Jubilee in Marienburg. It is a holy order, so you can expect holiness stuff, can't you? Excellent. How many points do we generate per year? 2.3. We can pump those numbers. You come back from Austria because we had got to the max with him, I believe. No, we're never going to get that with Austria. Also, more box. I'll try and solidify our position as the dude of the Baltic in terms of trade. Excellent, excellent. Trade with Lithuania and Poland is over. They can attack into us at any point that they deem necessary. And I really don't want to do anything here. Throws your influence. So yeah, early game of Teutonic Order, it's now artificially got a lot worse. And most of it is because you're trying to dodge the whole confederation thing early on. Instead of trying to expand your borders, you've got an eye on this popping, the Prussian Confederation. Brilliant. Well done. Baltic Sea, where you go. That should take us to 16. Oh, yeah. My air probably shouldn't be the one being risked, as he's quite good. Our illustrious leader in charge. Oh, national rest +2. Did I say he was quite good? Oh, it's our actual dude. Yeah, put him in charge. I'm drilling. He can be the one that dies off. A lot of allies you've got there. Well done, Teutonic. Livonian order. And water red chips. When do you finish? Soon? Yeah, soon enough. Oh, there you go. How much is that now? 31%. 33%, sorry. And that's without my merchants. That's without the burghers having control of the provinces that they really should have control over, because I can't risk the Prussian Confederation thing firing. I love it, tiptoeing around cheesy mechanics. Love it. Actually, there's not much difference, is there? Might as well keep it a half maintenance. Only a quarter of a ducat in it. You're in defensive position. You are not, therefore I don't need you. You're in defensive terrain, you are, so we'll keep you. Tuchel also was defensive terrain, but I didn't want to risk Danzig popping up the very next day and having to siege my way through Tuchel. Plus we should be making a little bit more money now. Treason against Teutonic Order. On professionalism, please. Thank you. Oh, we're quite a small and compact country. Should be able to generate a good amount of professionalism fairly quickly. Wow, why do you have so much stuff? Clergy, I'll take that off you. I'll increase the nobility. Yeah, we'll call diet into taking a province off them. Memel. No. Goingberg. And I want to take Memel off them as well. Ugh, all my dudes are going to be mega pissed off with me. Social and political conflict in Danzig. Lithuania has announced Teutonic Order as a new rival. I thought you were a Jagiellian. No. What happened there? Chose local noble instead? No. Something happened there. So, this is minus 25% local autonomy in Danzig. Burghers, the state lose 10 loyalty. Danzig gets rebellious people until the 1st of March, giving the following effects: local unrest plus 5. I could do with this. I could do with the loyalty coming up. Alright. Yeah. Also, you stop drilling, because I need to use you to fight noble rebels. Oh, Königsberg. Oh, I should have taken Memel first. Left Königsberg for when the rebels popped. But Melbourne's defensive as well. We're good to go? We're good to go. Good. Take mill tech, take admin tech. Not diplo tech just yet. Are we lagging behind at that? Yeah, only by 1 point though. Let's have a look at the loyalty of my dude. Not very loyal at all, but at least we have a portion of our land back. Some of this autonomy can be starting to bleed away. We can actually start making money from our land. Uh oh. Bohemia's in trouble. Poland see this. Could well declare war into us. Yep, everybody's disloyal at the moment, but there's not much I can do about it. How about not losing stability? Nope, I'll lose the money. The lesser of all the evils. So you do take it up, but very, very, very slowly. What are you? Again, very slowly. Again, very slowly. Just gonna be a waiting game. Just going to be a waiting game. Yep, didn't think so. Bohemia was having trouble here with rebels, and was he at war as well? Tigering against Saxony in the Bohemian conquest of Saxony, yeah. Alright. And Lithuania is... oh, it's just Poland, isn't it? Is it just Poland? What? Denmark? Danish conquest of Danzig. Sweden. Desirous 33. Okay. Alright. Well, if we can hit the Danish army fairly quickly, yeah, come back to port. No, we have to get in. They have far more galleys than us. If we can hit the Danish army pretty effectively, we might be able to lower Sweden's liberty desire to the point where he doesn't want to be involved anymore in that fight. At that point, Sweden will stop sending troops to here. Don't know, we just wait. Whilst the Livonian Order marches his troops into rebels. Because that's mega smart. Who else are we at war with? But then on Holstein. Oh, well, Holstein's under Denmark anyway. Time to unleash R5 shock general. I grab extra discipline. Yeah, fairly effective. Here comes Sweden. Again, if we do enough damage to Danish forces themselves, well, the Danes might not even turn up. That would be unfortunate. Brilliant. Love it. So, as a Teutonic Order, I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, very early on, you do end up fighting quite a lot. I mean, it could be more. Poland could have picked up the Polish, Lithuanian Dubifurkin. We could be fighting everyone. But thankfully we're only fighting the majority of the people around us and not just all of them. Love it. All the while, you're putting off possible expansion. Early possible expansion as a Teutonic Order is Livonian Order. Is if you can grab an alliance with the with Austria, is maybe perhaps possibly Pomerania if you judge it right, or Brandenburg again if you can judge it properly, if you can judge it right. But with the whole Prussian nonsense, it's like an axe hanging over your neck. You never know when it's going to fire. When it does fire, you know there's only a very short period of time where you can do enough damage in that war to get enough war score so that Danzig doesn't automatically pull Poland in. If you can do enough damage quickly enough, Danzig will not pull Poland in, and that's what you're going for. That's what you the ideal situation, the ideal scenario. And so you're waiting, and you're waiting for it to happen. Which means you're not doing other things, you're not expanding, you're not looking further afield. And that is a bit silly. So Teutonic Order, I mean, the starter's Teutonic Order was already fairly difficult. It by no means was it for a new player. But it has got substantially harder. Not helped by the fact that it doesn't have any of its own missions at all. It's just fully generic missions. But now you've got the Prussian Confederation thing hanging over you, which at any point can rip the most profitable provinces out of you immediately. Gone. And if you're not quick enough, you're not just fighting Danzig, you're fighting Poland as well. Poland already doesn't like you. It's an odd one, that. Anyway, what else has been updated? Great Horde has. Oh, I can show you this. What paradox we're working on? What's the command? Look at the console commands to reveal the entire world, because I'm gonna have to find the thing, the person. RTI. There we go. Oh, it's Iron Man, isn't it? Right, we'll start a new game. Non-Iron Man. And I'll show you what Paradox has been working on instead of a good update. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna like it. Honest. Okay, yeah, Gamer's Hungry, whatever. Just anything. Just get us into a game that's non-Iron Man. Okay, so open the console. TI reveals the Did I make it? It's just muscle memory by now. Made it an Iron Man game down. Yeah, it's just muscle memory by now. I'd never play in games without it being Iron Man. Okay, we'll try again. Nope, normal mode. I see the red text, I'm like, oh, that's about time. I'll turn it into green text. Alright, Hungary. But not really Hungary. Because open console, TI reveals the entire map. So that we can find Synthetic Dawn. Invasion started. Exterminate all humans. Looks like it hit Bengal. Synthetics. Just there. There we go. That has flipped to the synthetics attack. So what do the synthetics get? Well, they get an executor, who doesn't live forever. They get robots. Robots with swords. Apparently it's a Stellaris mashup. I don't know. They get minus 25% to tech cost. They get plus 20% to morale of armies. They get minus 25% to shock damage received. Plus 25% to line force limit modifier and minus 25% to recruitment time. Aggressor expansion impact of minus 20%, but that doesn't really matter. I'll more about that in a bit. National attacks modifier plus 20. Diplo rep plus 1, but everyone around you, everyone in the entire world has a minus 1,000 of you because of invasion. So the Diplo rep doesn't make sense at all. At all. And yeah, why the aggressive why is the aggressive expansion not important? Well, I will show you. I'll show you on the 11th of December when we can go to war. Also, I'll put that back on. Ah, now we should be good. It'll reveal stuff to us. There we go. Just to make the game a little bit quicker. We can't declare war for a while anyway. Also, might as well go for unjustified demands. Even though, again, we're not going to be unjustifiably demanding anything. We'll allow it to naturally find our stuff. Let's pick up discipline and siege ability, deity. The rest are useless. Alright, people are starting to get revealed to us. Good, we can declare war on them. Limbuan. Discovered with calm, and I don't care. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Okay, so that's a siege. Fair enough. Can you walk further on? You can. Good. So we'll have you walk further on because what happens when we take a province from you? Instant core. It drops the dev down to 3. Just rips the dev up of whatever it is that you've taken, and it instantly calls it for you. It's yours. It's an instant core. So you don't piece out your wars. You just take all of the land. And that's how you win as the synthetics. It's silly. I mean, they can do as much as I want to my land, but I'll just, like a cancer, eat all of their countries till these turn into rebels. It's... Oh, what's this? 051. I didn't know that that robots could breed. Now I do. Now I do. But it makes... it makes it so easy that it would be kind of a fun thing to play about with, perhaps. But playing as the synthetics is so stupidly easy. Balance of plus 51 because you get plus 49.8 0 ducats from invasion. You've got all the manpower you're ever going to need. Not ever going to need, but you're going to be able to take the entirety of India. Probably all of Ming. Using what manpower you've got. You've got outrageous numbers here. 130% discipline. You've got good amount of morale. What is our morale? Yeah, so in terms of everyone else, our morale is a little bit lacking. I think when I tested out the sins, I think the first idea group that I went for, when I was looking through, alright, the first idea group that I want to take as the sins, all of that's useless. All of it. Maybe humanist, for like the idea costs and things like that. And the separatism and the keeping your human underlings in line, but all of that's stupid. Code creation cost, don't care. I already flip everything to synth anyway. Useless. Deploy ideas, useless. No one wants to talk to you. No one cares about your aggressive expansion because you don't aggressively expand. At the end of this war, we'll have a look at the aggressive expansion impact, and it'll be 0. Because we've never pieced out. There's never an opportunity to have aggressive expansion. And so I went immediately for defensive ideas, picked up the extra plus 15% morale of armies, and it was unstoppable. I don't know why. I don't know why this was worked on before other things. Oh, calm zone. Can't get that. I don't know why this was worked on before other things. It really shouldn't have been. Am I a good leader? You do not. Do I have, oh, I do have. I do have these people. Why do I have these people? Why do I have those people? I don't know. We'll just put our illustrious leader in charge. We've got 130 odd discipline. It's just, even though we're lacking a tiny bit of morale, your discipline just wipes everything. And therein lies the non-challenge of the sins. I'd be content-ish, sort of, with the synthetics that possibly didn't get loads and loads of manpower, that didn't get lots and lots of money every single month, that had some of these ideas tempered a little bit. That had to actually piece out. You know, it'd make it a little bit more of a challenge. It'd make me want to try an offshoot game with the synths, just as a bit of a mess around. But being able to just walk into people's land and instantly core it. Who wants this? Who's asking for this? And how skewed is paradoxes? Instantly gone. Instantly gone. Instantly cored. Yeah, it rips it down to 3 dev, but it's just stupid. But yeah, what was I saying? Who are Paradox listening to? That think that working on this is a priority. It might not have been a priority, and they might have, they may well have worked in it on off time or whatever. But if you've got a game that people are mocking, is that our country? No, it's dead ground. That people are taking the piss out of because it's got so many things wrong with it. Then bringing this out is a bit of a kick in the teeth. It's a little bit like throwing a brick through someone's window and then asking for it back. There's some things you just don't do. And yet, I keep hearing, oh, but it was done in their own time, and it... No. You still need to put resources, work resources into this. It still takes time to implement. It still takes time to... Well, I was going to say playtest, but evidently products don't do that, do they? And you win every fight like this. You win every fight like this. It's hilarious and stupid at the same time. And zero challenge. And you snowball. And instantly call. Whatever you. Dev 7, take it out. Gets ripped it down to Dev 3. That's it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the synthetics. Now, who's clamoring to play these? Anybody? Anybody in chat want to play the synthetics? Anyone think that the synthetics is going to be a challenge to play? Anyone think that they're going to get any kind of strategic, grand strategy gaming value out of playing the synthetics? That war, the war that was going on, just vanishes. Let's have a look at our aggressive expansion. Oh, it's 0. Why is it 0? Because we've never fucking pieced out. So what's the point in aggressive expansion impact minus 20%? It's almost a nod to, we never playtest our shit. We don't know how it works. It's one team that decides that to put this idea in, and another team entirely that decides that we're going to rip down every province to a 3 dev and instantly core it. Who's playing this? Give it a go. Give it a go, Backline. I guarantee you'll get really bored really quickly. Really bored really quickly. Back to Shogun. Maybe. No, I need to start something. I need to start something with a country that was updated in this update, because YouTube is a fickle world and people want to see the stuff from the new updates. But yeah, it's shit like this that makes me go off and play World of Warships for 2 weeks. Apparently the Maya can open a temporal rift to fight the Sins. What? I don't want to believe that. Oh, did I tell you, World of Warships, yeah, we'd unlocked... Oh, hello. Something's just messed up on my my restream chat. We'd unlocked one of the British destroyers from a box, and then in the Congo game we kind of got kicked out. Anyway, I logged back on that evening time to see the result of the Congo game, which I think we lost, but it satisfied one of the missions for another box, and in the other box was another British destroyer of the next tier up. So we picked up 2 British destroyers for free. Just gonna have to restart my restream chat. seems to have decided not to be a thing anymore. There we go. What's the link that you've sent? Oh yeah, yeah. This was, I think this fired in a multiplayer game. Yeah, yeah. I saw that earlier on. I think that was what prompted me to have a look into Sins. I never want to see that ever again. Go away. And again, if it had been less OP, if the Sins had been less OP, then it's something that you could have messed about with, like just for fun, like all the weirdos who play just for fun. Just like a chilled out stream playing as the Sins, but just as they are, it's far too OP. You can just roll across the entire world. Get to a border, fine, just declare war on them. Get to another border, it's fine, just declare war on them. Another border would make fine, just declare war on them. We could have just rolled all the way. We could have rolled all the way across India within. Oh, I don't want to try it out. I don't want to get quite out, but within about 20 years, you could have got all of India to yourself. It'd all be 3 dev, but you know, silly. Looks like when they might open Temporal Rift, they get Dinosaur Cav. What? Who's asking for this stuff? Where's the demand coming from? In what meeting at Paradox? Do you think this kind of shit's acceptable? Where have the adults gone at Paradox? Why isn't this shit kind of being stamped out? Sort of, no, we're trying to make a serious grand strategy game here. What the fuck are you doing with riding dinosaurs? Shame there's no viable alternative to go to. Yeah. I don't mind all the new provinces. Not that much. I mean, with no new provinces in India, they managed to squeeze new tags into India, and if you've got new tags, then you've got more. Well, when they put them in, you've got more idea groups, idea sets. You've new traditions, new ambitions, all that kind of good stuff. And so a little bit more replayability. You can take tiny Kalinjar, which wasn't in before, and do things with them. You can take, I don't remember this being in the game before, or this, and you can go spread homosexuality throughout the world at your will. And so I don't mind that much, too much, with the extra provinces. But what I do mind is overlooking the simple things. In a grand strategy game, you'd expect it to be worked on by people who have weaponized autism for the good of developing games. And the fact that Moldavia and Wallachia have exactly the same mission tree wouldn't have got past a dude with weaponized autism, or a woman for that matter. They've said no, that's ridiculous. Let's change it. Just a small amount. Just a small amount. I mean, they could essentially be the same. But I haven't said they're essentially the same. They are exactly the same. They're named exactly the same. They have exactly the same rewards for exactly the same amount of time. It is, you might as well just merge them together. Sees a market to get more kids involved. Robots and dinosaurs. Yeah. It's sad because it's true. And I laugh because inside it hurts me deeply. Need more forts. I mean, you don't need more forts. I mean, they're useful, bringing down devastation and the like, but I mean, they're still the same. I don't use forts to deny access anymore, like I used to. Like I build a line of forts, but they're no longer that useful for denying access. And so my forts go in defensive land and defensive land only, and even in that case, there's not that very many of them that I keep up, unless I can afford to. If I can afford to keep a lot of forts up towards mid to end game, then I will, because it helps temper the diminishing aspect of your military tradition. Merge them, create Moldavia. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Moldavia. Moldavia sounds like a disease. Moldavia sounds like some sort of supermodel that would storm out of a photo shoot because sparkling water wasn't cold enough. But yeah, you're right, Rolf. There's no real... Once you get down into this level, there's no real alternative. And I don't think Paradox respects what they've got. Because EU4 isn't the gateway game to get you into grand strategy. Civ 5... what are the games are like this? What are the games are like this, but easier? You know, those are the kind of Total War, maybe the Total War series, that kind of stuff. They're the kind of gateway drug into grand strategy, and people play those games and they have fun, but then they reach the point where, okay, I've done all I've can with Civ. Is there something that's a little bit more in depth? And they then start looking further afield and look at Paradox games and Hearts of Iron and EU4 and CK2, and it's the next rung of the, or maybe the penultimate rung of the grand strategy gaming ladder. And so I think Paradox have an obligation to keep shit serious. Because people aren't coming for fucking robots and dinosaurs. They're coming for the grand strategy gaming experience. The serious grand strategy gaming experience. I think at the moment Paradox are letting down a plethora of devs that have come before them. That have worked on EU2, EU3, EU4 in the beginning, and it just seems like now the cracks are, I mean, the cracks were already starting to appear a little bit, but it really, they've gone mega downhill in my estimation from Dharma onwards, and the rushing out of the Poland campaign and the bits and pieces that they preferred to spend manpower on instead of fixing things that were blatantly obvious. They've reacted to the change in religious ideas, the change in not being able to convert in territories by rushing out the very next update. I bet you my house that the Poland update wasn't scheduled for the 1st of October. I bet it was scheduled for the 1st of November. Oh, holy moly, it's nearly Christmas. For the 1st of November. I bet financially it's not exactly viable to roll out an update so quickly after Dharma. I think it got brought forward as a band-aid, as a plaster over the gaping wound that was Dharma. And I want to say it got rushed out without adequate testing. But even when they've got all the time in the world, time after time DLCs hit and they're not up to scratch. Like games like Super Mario Alert, Super Mario 2, Real Politics, get game idea a little further. Even they have problems with their application. Yep, I'd agree with that. Yep. Not enough money invested. Big budget, big problems, corporate level. Yeah, exactly. And they've already got a platform that works. They've already got a captive audience. They've already got the golden goose, but they're slowly starting to poison it. And as much as I respected him as a YouTuber that brought out some great content, I don't think DDR Jake is doing much at Paradox. And I think it's as you say, it's people's egos getting in the way. DDR Jake has come in and he said, well, this and this and this I do differently. It's like, okay, fair enough. But what improvements have there been? When you really think about it, what improvements have been added to the game? Everything just seems a little bit more convoluted than it did, or that it used to be. The whole industrialization with England, it comes far too late in the game to make much sense. The mission tree was a good marketing ploy in order to create a vehicle for further DLCs. The next DLC is going to be this area, and all of these are going to get extra missions. Great, it's already a packaged DLC ready to go in any part of the world that they throw their dart. I'm sure they've got this map up on maybe not the Americas, because when did the Americas ever get any attention? This bit of the map up on the Paradox wall, and every couple of months, or every 28 days for that matter, someone throws a dart. All right, yeah, we're gonna bring out a mission system for this area. Next, your turn to throw the dart this month. While we have to see Jake's ugly visage. Well, I wasn't going to go that far, but he is Scottish. You can't blame him. You can't blame his ugly face. He was born with the affliction of being Scottish, so. Link in Steam to forums. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the whole, if you want if you want to play a back version of this game, you now need to be a registered user. It was a little bit too communist for me. I mean, I might have already had a profile on Paradox Plaza, but it was a profile because I made the choice to have a profile on Paradox Plaza. It wasn't a thinly veiled marketing ploy in order to throw marketing propaganda straight into your inbox every single month, which I guarantee is going to happen. As soon as the next update comes out, right, do you know those 35,000 emails that we've got, or email addresses that we've just got? Yeah, just throw an email out to every single one of those, talking about the new update that's coming. I mean, it makes great sense in terms of making money, but it's starting to get to the point where it's invasive. Next game crashes incoming. Give it another 5-10 years for you guys will see huge problems. Yeah, Paradox needs a competitor. Paradox needs a real competitor. You've got the guys from Mayo and Taxes that are currently making a standalone grand strategy game. I forget what it's called, but it looks fairly interesting. I think that's scheduled for a release at about 2020. But you've got Damien, who was one of the founders of the Mayo and Taxes mod, with a little team, working on Mayo and Taxes, and you can watch him. You can watch him work on it on stream every now and then. It's actually on most days. Where is he? What's he called again? It's called Songs of the Eons. If you have a look on Twitch. There we go. Songs of the Eons development. This is some sort of kind of Twitch inception. But there you go. This is him deving Songs of Eons. The guy who created Mayo and Taxes, and he was doing this 2 days ago. If you look through his stuff, you don't get a lot of views, but it's really interesting to see him coding all this stuff for Songs of Eons. It's going to be really, really good, and I think it's going to be something that potentially could rival EU4. It really could. So I'm quite excited for this, because he knows what he's doing. If you've ever played the Mayo and Taxes mods, you know that the amount of depth the Mayo and Taxes go is into. So if you can jump on this every now and then. He answers all the questions. I've asked him a couple of questions in the chat whilst he's been working on this. But until something like that comes along, I don't think EU4 really has a serious competitor. I think it's done such a good job. I think the early development of EU4 did such a good job with the framework that people think, I'll just create a mod for EU4 and use that as the base. If I development company, I'll be watching this very carefully. It's an opening market here, potentially huge. Yeah, definitely is. Listen to the users. That's a novel idea. Yeah, listen to the users, but you have to listen to a wide range of users. You can't just cherry pick the users that have the same ideas or the same views as yourself. It might not be easy to listen to, but you know, you need a within reason, and within reason I mean not the 12-year-old girl that has 82 hours in My Little Pony who decided to play half an hour of EU4. You don't ask for them opinions because those opinions don't count. You ask the serious demographic that plays Grand Strategy, the over 18 to 25-30, that kind of age bracket. Because below 18, I mean, you're into, I don't know what 17-year-olds are into these days, but it's nothing that I really want to know about, and they don't matter. If they don't vote, then they don't matter. so you choose the bracket, and at the risk of being sexist, you make it predominantly male because Grand Strategy appeals to predominantly male 18 to 30-year-olds. So you make them, you ask them what they want. It's 1,000 hours I shot your pipe. I'd begrudgingly say yes to that. I think it's a little bit unfair, but if you're hyper focused into trying to make the best Grand Strategy game that you can for the ones that are going to get the most out of it, the ones that are going to plow the hours into it, then 1,000 hours or above, you would get the type of players, you will get the type of views that will be required to have a game with a good amount of longevity. Also, as a business, you can't please everyone, but the majority should get what they need. Exactly. Sweet peanut butter. That's a new name. Sweet peanut butter. You're exactly right there. You can't go for. Well, as I was alluding to earlier on, you have to go for the core demographic, and you have to go with what the core demographic wants, instead of we want to be all inclusive and we want it to appeal to children and this and that, because you can't please everyone. You have to be specific. Games have to have a specific audience. If you try make a game, if you try make anything, a film, well, maybe apart from Disney, a vehicle, a house, anything, appeal to absolutely everybody, then you kind of end up with a bland mishmash of things that no one really wants. However, if you focus a certain demographic, then you end up coming up with things like the Lamborghini Diablo, which was highly impractical, but it was a car that I had on my bedroom wall, and not gonna lie, it turned me on a little bit. You know? Up your age limit. Yeah. Why did I have a cutoff? Why do I think that beyond 30? Why do I think that beyond 30, you wouldn't have an opinion on the game? I've just cut myself out. I've just cut myself out of the bracket that I would have accepted. Don't listen to me. Obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, at least 80. 80? Wow, I've gone all the way the other way around now. Be at least 18. It can be open-ended, even the ones that are starting to get dementia. Get them involved. You'll end up with the synths and robots and all sorts, and it'd be fine. But yeah, I apologise for for taking a lot of people out of that bracket, myself included. If you get people who get over 1,000 hours, you do something right with the main hook of the game. You're at least you're appealing to the ones that are going to be invested enough in your project to fund it. And if other people want to buy into it as well, then that is great. But every single consideration should be, what do our core demographic want? Do they want polar bears? You've got, I mean, the country Yan Mayen have been in the game a long time, and they were a bit of a, you could spawn them on the map somewhere, and you could meet them, a kind of an end game boss if that's what you wanted, and it was fun. I suppose the same could happen with the Sins. You could start a game, say it's France, not Iron Man mode. You could start the Sins off somewhere in the world, and they would be busily eating their way towards you, and it could be kind of a fun end game kind of boss fight, and it'd be fun, but how many resources were diverted for that? Oh, started in Norway. Alright, let's go speed 5. Actually no, how do you untag yourself and observe? Oh, we can just observe what the synths do. I'll just bring up the console commands. What's observer mode? Oh, just observe. Okay, so we're just observing now. We don't have a country. We'll go speed 5 and we'll see what the synthetics do. Why not? Do I want it off? No. We'll see if they start expanding. It's going to be a little bit boring. But I can't tag switch. Can I tag switch and observe at the same time? Yeah, sort of. I will see what they do. Game based on Tom Clancy's Red Storm Rising novel would be very popular. Perv? Me? Why? For getting excited over a sexual vehicle. Oh, Norway's probably not the best place to do that, is it? They're a vassal underneath Denmark. They're not going to declare war into Sweden, are they? Are they? Okay, forget my last. Cold Waters are billed as a successor to that. I had a look at Cold Waters. A little bit expensive for what it is, but next time it's on sale, might be an option. I mean, if you spawn the synthetics, you'd want them on the other side of the world to you, because it's 1446. We'd be playing as France, and we'd just be seeing this blob grow and grow and grow, and it will be unstoppable. But yeah, who's asking for this? Who are they pleasing? What was the driving force behind diverting what I assume is precious resources, precious time, precious effort, precious coding, precious XYZ to making this? And who is it appealing to, and why? Just saw a hilarious wipe of the Danish forces there. And then when they're finished with Denmark, do you think they're going to stop there? I don't think they're going to stop there. I think next is going to be fighting to Novgorod, Muscovy. Oh dear. You think Sins get unlawful territory? I don't think Austria would have time to ask them for unlawful territory. I don't think the Sins ever spend a day not at war. And with zero aggressive expansion, you could start in the HRE and just blob and blob and blob and blob. It'd all be 3 dev, but who cares when you've got 1 million manpower and all the money in the world? Fire 2000 tried it, didn't do too badly with it. Really being a game that responded accurately to the player's actions. Yeah, I remember you talking to tell me about Cold Waters. Oh, did you watch any of the Forgotten Weapons, Ralph? And now they're just on sieges. Don't think they can get across to Denmark proper, but I mean, Sweden has vanished. And they'll probably end up piecing out. They gotta get across to them, although they do have many ships. I suppose the Norwegian fleet are fighting them. Who else are you fighting? Just Denmark, who's brought in Dismartian as well. Yeah, if they can get across to Denmark proper using a fleet. Or just transport people across. What ships have you got? 6 heavies. 7 heavies. 8 heavies, 9 heavies. What? Seven heavies. Another 5 heavies. What is going on here? Yeah, the Sins have more than enough of a navy. Another 2 heavies there. Sins have more than enough of a navy to get across the strait where they need to go. See, touch See, we're touch troubled. Well, I hope it's at least amusing for people. I know some of the best YouTube or Twitch viewing that I've seen is when people have got really passionately annoyed at things, and listening to them try to articulate their anger whilst also trying to come across as reasonable people. It's can be a bit of a shock. Yeah, this is what I was trying to avoid as the Teutonic Order, which is why I took the merchant stuff off them. I think he can only fire in land that is given to the merchants. Always buy him a sextol. I've already got one. Oh, another dude that I found that does some really good historical stuff. Lindy Beige, if you've heard of him on the YouTubes. It's a sex doll with your housemate. Well, they are interchangeable. Just have to tell him to be very still. It's still at war. It's against Denmark. Because they just take the land and they core it immediately. They don't have that much war score because they don't hold any Danish land. This lady. No, it's a dude. Where is he? Let's have a look. Lindy Beige. This guy.
Out in this video, which is sponsored by, yes, I know, I've got another sponsor. It's extraordinary, isn't it? But true.
This
yes,
dude.
This is
There's
sponsored
loads of
by
really good stuff.
Audible.com. More of that later. Now,
No, less of that.
you know, perhaps made of the good stuff.
He's a really good orator.
Oh, no,
He brings the stuff across
Men don't like it.
really well. Talks a lot about historical peoples.
By combating Napoleon Bonaparte and thwarting his ambitions, who do you think did the most good?
Before I get copyright strike on my video about his stuff, I'll bring that down. But I was listening to a lot of the stuff that he was reading earlier on about Hannibal's attack into Rome. It was pretty interesting. You watch Lindy Beige. You say that as if it's a shock. That was really cool. I watched the bit where another YouTuber had invited him to Switzerland to fire a rifle. First time he'd ever fired a rifle apart from like an air rifle when he was younger. Anyway, he was really good at it, but that's beside the point. The range that they were at, you saw where the targets were, and then just above the targets, and it wouldn't need a big kick of the. Why are Transylvanian separatists loyal to the Observer? Why are all the rebels loyal to us? Might be, but just I would say the height of a house. So you take where the targets were in the kind of butts down the range, 300 meters down the range, and then the height of a house up the hill, there were people's houses. I thought that was crazy. I thought that was utterly ridiculous and crazy. And who are the Sins fighting now? Oh, Livonian Order. Yeah, why not? Yeah, get into the Livonian Order. Problem is, anyone who they're hostile to here, if they just stray into their land and take one province, it's going to flip. Yeah, it's going to flip to them. All of this flipping to the Sins, just because. Well, why the fuck not? Historia Civilis channel. Enter rogue groups and such. Single battle soul campaigns. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Backlog. I do like recommendations from people that are obviously into the same stuff. Synthetic Russia. So it's 1456. As France, we've probably had our first war against England, retaken our cause, etc., etc. We think we're doing alright. We're eyeing up Brittany to take out in its entirety, and then we look up here, and synthetics have already taken the entirety of Scandinavia. Give or take, bits and pieces. And they're well into Russia. And it just doesn't stop. So yeah, since I was going to do a video on the synthetics, but they've annoyed me that much. I'm not going to bother. I don't think everyone really is that interested in them. I don't think any of the people who are subscribed to me will be that interested in a video on the synthetics. I might put this video up. I might leave this on until the end. But well after I finish the stream. I'm going to finish the stream in a bit. Because one of my chat things is messing up, and I'll show the timeline, and I'll record the timeline right at the end once we're at 1720, and we'll be able to observe the spread of the sins. That'll be pretty cool. I might put it up as a separate video. Oh, they're already into Europe. Don't quite know how. How are you at war with them? Defending synthetics in the synthetic Livonian imperialist war. Right. Oh yeah, as synthetic you get imperialist CB, so automatic CB on everybody around you. As if it wasn't easy enough.
Everything is all right.
Oh dear. I'll play that. I'll play that to myself in a bit. You're 1 mil manpower. I've started the water and all's wars by now. Yeah, but they can do this with 0 aggressive expansion. Nothing. No threat of a coalition at all, ever. I mean, a Norway with 1 million manpower. You're going to have the tools to go to war. But if you get enough people in a coalition against you, Lithuania, Poland, Hungary, France, Britain, Great Horde, Austria, they're going to lay the smackdown on you. It's going to be like when you end up forming the vassal horde as Austria, and it just chews its way through anything that's in front of it. Because the sins are susceptible to fire damage. Synthetic Russia and synthetic this. So Novgorod isn't going to get eaten by Muscovy, because Muscovy ended up arbitrarily on the same side as the Livonian Order and got eaten himself. And it looks like they've just mill-tacked up, because they can do, for mega cheap. It's going to be worth it to see how quickly they eat their way through the Ottomans. Oh, that's going to be nice. That'd be fun to see. Attacking against Muscovy in the synthetic Livonian imperialist war. So, yeah, because Lithuania, Livonian Order, sorry, now does not exist. It kind of flips to the next person down their war list. But then it brings in Muscovy's allies, Muscovy's direct allies, if he's not already messed up that much. But he's not fighting much, is he? Won by synthetics. Everyone else won by the synthetics. Nope. Just Kazan. Synthetics have decided to warn Kazan because, well, just generally fuck you. Hey Sonny, how are you? Yeah, it does look like there's quite a decent amount of ground. But you get someone who's not quite... Well, no, it only needs one negligent discharge at the wrong angle to have terrible repercussions. I won't want a house there. I wonder what prices those houses go for. Yeah, so it's got downstairs bathroom, it's got an upstairs bathroom, it's got a swimming pool out the back, it's got a garage for 2 cars, and it's this much. Oh, that's cheap. Why is it so cheap? Well, one day you might get shot whilst making scrambled eggs. I don't know why they'd be making scrambled eggs in Switzerland. They're probably making chocolate or cuckoo clocks. I don't know, the Swedish people make cuckoo clocks? Maybe. Righto, Rolf. Yeah, I'm going to be getting off. Going to be getting off soon as well. How have you got this? How have you got this? It just randomly. Crimea. Crimea's come into this. Why? Trying to get synthetics Kazani imperialist war. Who are you? It's a never-ending machine that just rumbles on and immediately calls anything and everything that he touches. Coalition? Nope. No one gives a damn about the synthetics aggressor expansion. Nobody can hear you scream. "20 years into the game, as France, okay, yeah, France has done what I would have done. I'd have taken more stuff back off England. I'd have taken out the entirety of Brittany. I'd be looking at Aragon, that kind of stuff, maybe trying to get into England. And then you look across again to where the synths were, where they spawned, knowing that they're going to be your end game boss. Oh yeah, they were here. Oh, actually, they're now everywhere, spreading like the... Yeah. Just yeah. Hello, cuddling would be nice. Oh dear. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll leave this running in the background all the way to the end of the game, and I'll make a recording of the timeline, and I'll put it up on the YouTubes for you to observe just how the synthetics take over the world. But it's very easy for them. No aggressive expansion, unlimited manpower, outrageous bonuses, but who requires an EU4 with the synthetics in it? Not me. But I believe you lot have been amazing as always, even the weird ones that shout abuse and such. You know who you are. Until next time, do take care.